Hello, Senior Chief.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am cold.
Cold.
It is cold outside.
Yes, it is. Would you mind if we talk about discipline today?
No, let's talk about this.
So I have a few questions, and the first one is, how do you handle a cadet that possesses poor discipline?
Okay, the first thing I have to think about is what you mean by discipline. My definition of discipline is if they hold the Navy core values of honor, courage, and commitment. So whenever I'm dealing with students, that's what I try to hold them accountable for. I teach them what that is. So someone that is not coming up to the core values, I will try to give them guidance on what is expected of them. Generally, once you explain to a student what the problem is and what they need to do to correct that problem, in most cases, they are able to perform and have excellent discipline. A lot of kids have not learned discipline at home. They don't get it until they get here to school or as they're starting to become adults, young adults.
Absolutely.
Did I answer that question?
You did. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Now, how about a cadet that comes in with strong discipline?
Okay, you can generally pick up on that quite a bit. Those are, to me, a cadet that has strong discipline is one that you do not have to correct whenever you give an assignment. They complete the assignment. Whenever they're told to be somewhere, they're there on time. Whenever there's activities that you need volunteers, they tend to volunteer right away. And that's discipline that they learned either through church or through their home or even through school. Sports have a lot of discipline. So if they're very active in sports, they probably are going to be pretty disciplined in the classroom and with life. And that is one thing that you need in order to be successful in life, is being able to discipline yourself, your attitude, your conduct, your bearing, the way that you look, and your attitude at all times.
Absolutely.
Did
Thank
I
you.
answer that question?
You did. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Now, would you be able to give an example of each? And maybe a cadet, you don't have to name the cadet, but just an example where you had a poor discipline. And
Okay, if a cadet, there are several cases when cadets do not follow the rules, whatever the rule may be, being on time for class, whether they are walking down the passageway during class time, looking at their cell phones, or if they have their cell phone out in class. All those are against school rules. Part of learning discipline in life is following the rules, because your employer, someday you're going to be employed unless you're really rich. So unless you're a Donald Trump student, a Donald Trump kid, you are going to have to be employed by someone. An employee is going to expect you to follow the rules. And even though these are little rules and just little nitpicking, I expect and I look for that in learning discipline. So that would be a case in which they're not following discipline. Now, in which they are following discipline, you can definitely tell kids by that, because they are very successful, not only in their studies, but their extracurricular activities. And they generally are happier in life, because the more that you give to life, the more you receive from life. And that's a pretty awesome thing. So the ones that really are doing well with their lives, you can see that are doing well with discipline, basically following the rules and doing what's asked upon them.
Absolutely.
Does
Thank
that
you.
help you?
That does. Thank you.
I don't
very
want
much.
to give you specific names.
Absolutely. Yes. No, that would be
Okay.
that would be wrong. Thank you very much, sir. And the last question I have is, has there ever been any instance where no matter how much you tried to discipline a cadet, they just did not learn the discipline?
Most definitely, and personally, that breaks my heart. Whenever someone, I'll give you an example for ROTC. I put my heart and soul into every classroom activity, into all our extracurricular activities. I want to build the self-esteem of a student. And whenever a student leaves this program because it's not for them, which means the discipline is too tough for them, then that actually hurts me personally. But it's okay. I know that I cannot fix everybody, or I cannot make everybody learn discipline at this time. But someday, if they are planned to be employed and have a job, they're going to have to learn discipline. So maybe just a little bit, I gave them a little nugget, and they'll think about that with their next activity.
Absolutely.
Did I answer that question?
You did, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you as well.